Hello there. I hear that your name is Leela Henley, and you're recording an album of music.
What's the current status of your album recording project?
hmm Well, Pee-wee, I've got 5 songs tracked. 3 of those are semifinal mixes, which are The Orchid, Your Life in the Dirt, and Tardigrade. Tardigrade, I put up a little preview of that some of you might have seen. And I'm going in mid-November to record some new songs. Very excited about that. Get some tracking done on those. And then we'll be doing overdubs on those, adding other instruments through the end of the year.
Where are you recording this album?
I've been recording at Studio 601 in South Austin with the lovely Eric Harrison and Michael Ingber. And they're also playing bass and drums and other various instruments. And it's been an amazing experience.
How long have you been working on these songs?
I believe it was in 2018, maybe late 2017. I shared some of these musical sketches that I had come up with my great friend Andy Nolte and former bandmate, current bandmate, and former bandmate. And he was really encouraging. He helped me kind of workshop some of them and donated some chord changes to a couple songs. Tardigrade specifically, I know, was something he had written and he didn't know what to do with. And I said, I know what to do with that. And that's where that came from. And he was just so encouraging and said, like, you're really great at this, which, as a former gifted kid, that's like what I want to hear and is very encouraging to me to keep going on something. Like, you're naturally great at this. Why don't you just keep doing it? You know, not that it doesn't take work, but yeah, that's how it all started.
Tell us a little bit about your background and how you ended up in Austin.
I think a lot of people that would be watching this probably know me already, but yeah, to give you some background, I grew up in Fairhope, Alabama. It's a little town on the eastern shore of Mobile Bay. But there's a jubilee there. That's a phenomenon that only happens in 2 places on Earth, there and somewhere in Japan. And I went to college in New Orleans at Loyola. And after that, so I lived there until Katrina, and I moved out here as kind of a Katrina refugee. And I'm very glad that I moved out here. It's the perfect place, honestly, for me. I got into the music scene pretty quickly after I moved here and just felt like somehow I'd found my home.
Tell us a little bit about your background and how you ended up in Austin.
Well, I had to look this up, but I moved here in 2005, right after Katrina. I had been living in Lafayette after the storm for a little while with a good friend and his parents. But yeah, I went to Loyola, New Orleans, before Katrina hit, and I had graduated the year prior, and I was working at a coffee shop with some great friends that I still have. Um, and yeah, I remember being at the coffee shop and someone, coming in saying, "Hey, that hurricane is heading like straight towards us." And I knew right then I had to evacuate because I kind of had a rule that I was not going to stay for a hurricane. But yeah, I remember driving from Lafayette out to Austin, and when I got to the Texas border, there's that really great rest area, like right there, kind of on a swamp. I think there's like a boardwalk you can walk over the swamp. Anyway, they had sandwiches with like an apple and some candy or chips or something in there, like a little box lunch. And that was so nice, it made me cry. And that was my introduction to Texas. So that was a good one. I felt pretty good.
Do you have any plans for an eventual live show or album release featuring the songs you're currently working on?
Why, yes, Pee Wee, I have given some thought to what a live show might look like. Some of the songs that have already been recorded have bassoon, courtesy of the lovely Joelle Morales, trombone by Dylan Buell, so I definitely want to include those two. There's also multiple saxophone and flute tracks, so I have a specific person in mind to perhaps do that role. I'll play sax as well, but I can't do two or three parts at a time, so I need someone else. And then, the standard drums and bass and guitar. There's not a whole lot of guitar on the album so far, but there is some, so definitely need that. And then Andy, of course, on the keyboards, if he'll do it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Like a big band would be great. Have it be a whole big event and make it really fun.
What influences did you have when writing this material?
I almost feel like each song has a different set of influences, and I kind of want for you to figure them out yourself. So after you listen to the album, I'd say if you want to, give me your thoughts on like what each song sounds like it was influenced by or maybe inspired by. I'd be interested to hear it because I don't think the overall album has like a single set of influences, but song by song, maybe.
Do you like the feeling that you're never fully alone?